Good morning students, hope you all are doing fine. So in this session you'll be studying about the transportation in plants. So before going to this transportation in plants, let us rewind the topic what we had studied in our last session. So in the last session we had studied about transportation in organisms. So the movement of substances from one location to another in an organism is called transportation, or the movement of substances from one part of our body to another part is also called as transportation. So what are the basic elements which are to be transported in the plant body then? So let us see it. Okay, so the basic elements which are to be transported in the plants are water and minerals and the food materials. Then how do they transport throughout the plant body? So this is the next question. So with regarding to the transportation of water and minerals and the food particles which are being prepared by the plant, they usually transfer it with the help of the tissues. So what are these tissues then? You had already studied in your last class. So let us see what are meant by tissues again. So tissues are a group of cells which perform specific function or common function are called as tissues. So how does these tissues carry the water and minerals and as well as the food substances which had been prepared by the plant body? So let us discuss then. So the transportation of water and minerals usually takes place along with the help of the roots, and the roots also have a small hair-like structures and they help in the absorption of water and minerals easily, and these hair-like structures they are commonly called as the root hairs. So the minerals which are being present in the soil, they get dissolved in the water, and the roots along with the root hairs carry the water and minerals to the plant body, and the water then gets transported from the xylem tissue. So let us see how does a root hair usually look like. So here you can see there is a primary root and a laterally root, and these are the small root hairs. So the roots along with the root hairs help in the transportation of water and minerals throughout the plant body by passing it to the tissues. So how does the water and minerals get transported throughout the plant body? So already I had mentioned in the last class that we will be discussing about the transportation of water and minerals through a YouTube experiment. So let us see how does the transportation take place then. So let's start the video then. Take a glass jar, fill it with the water and add some drops of a red colored ink solution into the water. Stir it well and keep it aside, and now take a white colored flower along with the stem and insert the stem into the glass jar containing the water. So leave this stem in the water, with the colored water, for a overnight, means a day and a night. So now after leaving this colored solution along with the stem, now let us see what happens to it. So you can see that the color of the solution is gradually decreasing and it is increasing in the flower. Yes, you can see that the flower is completely turned into red color. So how did this happen then? So the water level has been increasing in the stem and it has caused the white flower to change its color. So what are those tissues which are present in the stem which helped the plant automatically to change the color? So let us see it then. So these are the xylem tissues which are present in the stem of the plant. So whatever the root has absorbed the water and minerals, the stem along with the tissues which are present, it transports to the whole surface of the plant body. So let me give an example for you. So when you get the drinking water to your home, so what is the procedure then? So the rain automatically gets to the land surface and it gets collected in the dams, and the dams along with the water pipes, they help in the supply of the water to our home. So similarly in the plant body also it is the same. So the roots absorb the water and minerals, they transport it to the stem. The stem along with the xylem tissue transports it throughout the plant body. So commonly xylem is called as the water conducting tissue. So till now you had studied about the transportation of water and minerals with the help of the xylem tissue. Then how about the food which is prepared by the plant? Then how does it get transported throughout the plant body? So let us see it then. So similar to the water conducting tissue, there is another tissue called as the phloem which helps in the transportation of the food material. Then how does the plant prepare the food? Yes, the plants prepare the food by the process called as the photosynthesis, and the photosynthesis process, it usually takes place along with the help of the water, minerals and as well as the sunlight. So in the presence of sunlight, the food is prepared in the leaves along with the help of the chlorophyll. So once the prepared food is present in the leaves, then it has to be circulated throughout the plant body. So these are the phloem tissues which you can see here. So they help in the transportation of food materials. So in general, phloem, it is commonly called as the food conducting tissue. So hope you are now clear with this. So xylem, it is commonly called as the water conducting tissue, and phloem is called as the food conducting tissue. So now let us see how does the transportation of water and minerals and as well as food generally take place, as we had already discussed it. So here you can see the transportation of water and minerals which is present in the soil surface. It takes place along with the roots and from here along with the xylem. And the photosynthesis, that is the food prepared which is prepared by the plant, it has to be transported throughout the plant body from the leaf surface. It usually takes place along with the help of the phloem tissues. So here you can see in the diagram. So this is regarding the transportation of water and minerals and as well as the food materials throughout the plant body. So now let us summarize what we had discussed till today. So there are two kinds of the conducting tissues. So conducting tissues are commonly called as the vascular tissues. So conducting tissues means they usually conduct the water and minerals or the food to all the parts of the plant body. So there are two types. Water and minerals, they are transported by the xylem. So xylem is commonly called as the water conducting tissue, and food, it is transported with the help of the phloem tissue. So phloem is commonly called as the food conducting tissue. So till now we had discussed about all these topics, and in the next session we will be meeting up with a new topic. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.